All right, so welcome to this week's Unikernel application spotlight. This week we are looking at Pingap. Pingap is a reverse proxy. I guess it uses the Pingora library developed over at Cloudflare. I guess there was a project over at Cloudflare where I think there was a project called River under the memory safety org, and then they got sidetracked and it stopped getting worked on and so forth. So a few other projects kind of sprung up in its place, and this is one of them. So it's written in Rust, and yeah, I mean it's a reverse proxy at the end of the day. We got some documentation, our little getting started guide. This is their GitHub. It's has quite a bit of configuration, and a lot of the configuration is like online configuration where you can kind of go ahead and set it and then change it on demand. You don't have to actually edit files. Yeah, I mean, you all probably know exactly what a reverse proxy is, right? So we don't really need to go too much into that. But yeah, their configuration, I don't quite know what this is. I didn't spend enough time. I don't know if this is supposed to be an example of how to turn this Nginx config, which is what it looks like an Nginx config, into their TOML, because this is the actual config that they use. I think that's what it is. It's just, I don't know, it wasn't clear. Showing off some requests per second here, which is not too shabby. Yeah, so this is where you can get it. We'll go ahead and grab it. We got two ports listening on here. Obviously, you can add, whatever the hell you want, but that first one will be pinned to a config to basically reverse against GitHub's API, and then and I'll show you why. I just copied the config, and then the second one, 3018, is our web UI. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, let's cut and paste this guy. All right, so it's up and running. Yada yada. All right, so this is the web UI. Pingap 013.1. It's got a whole bunch of system information and so forth. The two locations. So right now it's serving up a static path, whatever we might throw into static, and then it's also serving up the GitHub API. And so we can kind of click into that, and we can kind of, like I said, you can reload this configuration on the fly. It has your upstreams, these various plugins, and so forth to, do various things. And not exactly sure where the storage is. Certificates, obviously, if you need to manage that. And again, like just immensely, configurable. In fact, there's like less settings, more settings, that sort of thing. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out. So we go into Pingap. All right, so this is our actual package that we have. It's fairly small, right? Not too much in here. The actual binaries, 34 megs, but it's not even stripped. So all it is, okay. But yeah, it's pretty basic. Our config here, also pretty basic. All we're doing is calling pingap, passing it the conf of pa-conf. We'll take a look at that, and then this sets up the admin interface. Obviously change this to something reasonable, and perhaps inject it through an invar. This was just the easiest way to show the demo. And then also, the any interface, you probably don't want to expose your admin interface directly, but maybe you can set up a firewall rule to where only your IP can talk to this port or something like that. That's maybe one way I would go about doing that. And then we can do curl nano VMs API, something like this. One of these guys. So yeah, like I said, the config will be, before I show you that, let's take a look at the config so you can see what's actually going on. So this is our config. which again, we just kind of cut and paste from here, right? And basically, we have an upstream going to api.github, right? And we have a few others as well, like our static and that sort of thing. But yeah, so 6118 will allow us to talk to it. And so if we, just curl it, you can kind of see that it just ships that request upstream, and we can get the JSON that we would expect from hitting that API as well, right? So pretty simple, but if you're looking for something that's different than Nginx, you want something written in roster, for instance, this is a pretty good option. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this grow. But this was Pingap running as a Nanos Unikernel. Until next time.